All right, so today I wanted to post up in a park and just kind of talk a little bit, um, do something a little bit different, get out into like the outside and just discuss the idea of kind of just settling for somebody. And it doesn't really matter in like what aspect of like life you're talking about, but just overall the idea that you're like posted up. And maybe you are talking to somebody, whether it's a friend or somebody like that you have like in a relationship with you, or somebody that you're like potentially dating and maybe trying to figure things out, as I'm kind of referring to. And maybe just kind of feeling like they're like a really good person, but maybe they're not entirely like the person for you, and how to kind of maybe go about dealing with this in a way that would be productive for both of you. Because I know for me, oftentimes, like I'll sit with somebody for a while, maybe even like a little bit longer than I should, for sure, because of the idea that like maybe I'll hurt that person's feelings, and I don't really want to hurt their feelings. So I want to kind of maybe continue that like relationship, even though I feel like it might not necessarily be like the most ideal. So you're sitting there and you're maybe like essentially just wasting somebody else's time, which isn't really good. I feel like maybe I'm like, well, I might figure it out with them, or maybe in a little bit of time we're gonna build a better connection, and like, and then things will work out. But I think oftentimes you kind of like might already know that that's kind of like a waste of time, and so you're just gonna kind of do it anyway, and you're gonna like do it anyway in the regards of like break up with that person or stop talking to that person. And I think it's just better to probably just let them go with like love and like, hey, I really appreciate our time together, but I just feel like this isn't exactly the connection that I'm looking for, and I'm sorry, but I don't think this is going to work for me. And then maybe just saying something like, I really appreciate our time together, and it's a little bit more clear. I think that I've found that to be a lot more beneficial when you tell somebody straight up that you're not going to really want to keep talking to them. It's a much better way than sitting there and like kind of wasting their time, or saying like, hey, let's be friends, even if they're pretty cool. Like, it's probably just not super productive to even say that. So I would recommend that, like, if you're not like really interested in talking to somebody, and you don't really feel like it's gonna work out, then you should probably just stop talking to them. However, I guess I'm in a spot right now where that feels incredibly like challenging and incredibly difficult to do that. It feels like, I don't know, I guess maybe that you feel like you lose somebody, and really that, like, you don't really want to hurt that person's feelings. But I think that honestly, like, you just don't want to really drag that shit out, because you're just gonna feel that way for like several more days, compared to at least cleaning the slate, maybe still feeling like a little bit like lost or like unsure on what to do, because you're gonna have to go through those things over and over and over again, and that kind of always sucks and doesn't necessarily feel good. But at the end of the day, like, if you're dating or meeting new people, there's gonna be people that come in and there's gonna be people that leave, and it's just like you gotta like find the right people that like mesh with you, because if you don't, then I think ultimately you're just gonna sit in life and feel like you're wasting time. And I think one thing that a lot of us do is that we will settle for something, right? It's better to settle for something than nothing at all. And I feel like in this instance, and in building relationships, that nothing at all is probably better than something that you really don't like, but you're just dealing with, and you don't really know how to like end that relationship, or you don't really want that type of relationship. then really you're just wasting time. Like it's literally like just the biggest waste of time in the entire world to like sit with somebody for a little bit, lead them on. It's shitty, I think, to them, and I think it's shitty to. But yeah, I guess that's kind of all I have for that. But I think that it's important that we remember if somebody's not working for you, that like you just have to like let them know that they're not working for you and that you're gonna have to go. Like that's just literally not something that's gonna work. And you appreciate the time and thanks for everything. This is the end of our road. And just, I mean, it sucks, and it's always tough to be blunt, and it's also like it's just shit you got to do. Like you literally just have to do that, otherwise you're gonna be in a really bad spot. So